Chapter 7, Managing Change and Innovation. Here's another example of futuristic thinking with Steve Jobs. The objectives of the day are 5. Compare and contrast views of the change process, classify types of organizational change, explain how to manage resistance to change, know how to be change ready by overcoming your resistance to change, discuss contemporary issues in managing change, develop your skills in change management so you can serve as a catalyst for change, describe techniques for stimulating innovation. What is organizational change? Most managers, at one point or another, have to change some things in their workplace. We classify these changes as organizational change, which is an alteration of people, structure, or technology. Organizational change often needs someone to act as a catalyst and assume responsibility for managing the change process. That is, a change agent. Change agent can be managers within the organization, but could be a non-manager. For example, a change specialist from the HR department, or even an outside consultant. Kurt Lewin 3-step change processes is illustrated in Exhibit 7.2. According to Lewin, successful change can be planned and requires unfreezing from the status quo, changing to a new state, and then refreezing. Unfreezing can be thought of as preparing for the needed. It can be done by increasing the driving forces, which are forces pushing for change, by decreasing the restraining forces, which are forces that resist change. Once the unfreezing process is complete, you can implement change, but then you need to make sure that the change is now part of the culture, processes, and measurements. The most popular OD techniques are described in Exhibit 7.4. The most organizational development techniques are sensitive training, team building, intergroup development, process consultation, and survey feedback. Sensitive training is a method of changing behavior through unstructured group interaction. Team building activities help team members learn how each member thinks and works. Intergroup development affects the attitude about stereotyping and perception that work groups have about each other. Process consultation is when you use an outside organization or consultant to help the manager understand how interpersonal processes are affecting the way work is being done. Survey feedback assess attitudes and perceptions, identifying discrepancies in these and resolving the differences by using survey information in feedback groups. When manager sees resistance to change as dysfunctional, what can they do? Several strategies have been suggested in dealing with resistance to change. These approaches include education and communication, participation, facilitation, support, negotiation, manipulation, and co-optation and coercion. These tactics are summarized in Exhibit 7.5. Why do you think people are so resistant to change? If conditions are right, how do managers change culture? No single act is likely to have the impact necessary to change something ingrained and highly valued. Managers need strategies for managing cultural change as described in Exhibit 7.6. Changing culture is difficult, and you must go well beyond setting the tone through management behavior. You need to create processes, stories, symbols, and rituals to ensure that everyone will understand the new culture. The reward system must be built to support the change that the organization wants from its employees. Personal factors that can create stress include family issues, personal economic problems, and inherent personality characteristics. Type A personality is characterized by chronic feelings of a sense of time urgency, an excessive competitive drive, and difficult accepting and enjoying leisure time. The opposite of Type A is Type B. Type B don't suffer from time urgency or impatience. Until recently, it was believed that Type A's were more likely to experience stress on and off the job. However, it's pretty much the same for both groups. As Exhibit 7.7 shows, stress symptoms can be grouped under 3 general categories: physical, psychological, and behavioral. All these can significantly affect an employee's work. Physical stress is when a person faces changes in their heart rate and breathing rates, raised blood pressures, headaches, and potential heart attacks. Psychological stress is when a person has job-related dissatisfaction, tension, anxieties, irritability, boredom, or procrastination. Behavioral stress can be seen when a person changes their level of productivity, increase absenteeism, job turnover, change in eating habits, increase in smoking or consumption of alcohol, fidgeting, or sleep disorder. Have you ever shown any of these symptoms in a job or personal life? What did you do to cope with these stressors? What does it take to be a change-capable organization? Exhibit 7-8 summarizes the characteristics. Have you ever worked for a change-capable organization? If so, do they express any of these characteristics? Having creative people isn't enough. It takes the right environment to help transform those input into innovative products or work methods. The right environment, that is, an environment that stimulates innovation, includes 3 variables: the structure, culture, and people. Have you ever worked in an environment that supports change? If so, how do they do that? Let's go offline and do this in-class assignment. For those of you who are interested in doing the homework assignment, here are the questions that you need to answer.